नारायणाय ॐ नमो 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 नारायणाय. Respected friends, welcome you all with all greetings, all gratitudes, all salutations, with all wishes and prayers. Today being Ganesh Chaturthi, is any problem? Om Namo Narayanaaya. Om Namo Narayanaaya. We will do our Sankalpa first, and instead of our common sense thought, and yes, we will do our Ganesh Ji's Ganapathaye Shirsha Upanishad chanting 2 times and some japa, a little bit of our Vedic chanting, maybe 1 or 2 mantras, then our Upanishadic study. All this we are doing to tune to the Parabrahma Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Jaganmata Tattva, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, to bless us with such wonderful upadhis of Dehendriyadi, so that our Vyaktitva of Loka Sevaka Adi is so perfect that we are able to live a very noble life outside and enjoy a great spiritual sadhana inside. There is no ambiguity about what we have to achieve and what we need to do for that. Let us do the Mangalacharna Shloka Sankalpa in the beginning only. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāh Sarva Vedantāh Satchastrāh Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Om Bhavata Janata Suhita Bhavita Nijamodha Vicharana Charumate Kalayeshwara Jiva Vivekavidam Bhava Shankara Deshikame Sharanam. Om Ganana Antva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavin Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Shunvannote Vesida Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganaधिपतये नमः. Om Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Kripanugraheణ उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रदिष्टावाप्त्यर्थं श्री महागणाधिपति जयंत्यां गणेश चतुर्थी विनायक चतुर्थ्यां शुभतिथौ श्री महागणाधिपतये गणपत्यथर्व शीर्ष उपनिषदः पारायण पूर्वक जप पूर्वक अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. We will do just invocation of Ganapati, feel his presence in the heart. 2 times I will be chanting Ganapathayye Shirsha Upanishad. During that time, you can feel you are doing all the Avahana, Puja, Abhisheka to Bhagavan in the heart and praying to him to give us those Sukshma Anubhutis of our own self which are beyond the Upadis. So these 9-10 days, every day one or the other, Stotram of Ganapati, we may chant for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. Today, we'll start with Ganapatyatarva Shirsha Upanishad. ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः. ध्यायामि आवाहयामि आसनं समर्पयामि पाद्यं समर्पयामि अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि आचमनं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक क्षीरोदक पंचामृत क्षीरोदक शुद्धोदक स्नानाभिषेकान् समर्पयामि. वस्त्रयुग्मम् उपवीतं दिव्यपरिमलगन्धान् धारयामि. हरिद्रा कुङ्कुम अक्षतान् आवरणान् अलङ्कारान् समर्पयामि. पुष्पैः पूजयामि. ॐ अभिषेकसमये गणपत्यथर्वशीर्ष उपनिषदः पारायणं करोमि. Take out your books also. Just feel it's a beautiful mantra wherein Ganapati himself is taken as Parabrahma Tattva. Although what we have to reach is Nirguna Brahmanubhuti, but we are caught up at the mind and senses. So if the mind and senses are controlled through the Saguna Upasana, it becomes easier later on to visualize, meditate upon, experience the transcendental, which is the ultimate goal. That's why our kind Rishis Munis have given us all these intermediate stages of Upasana to the Samashti Ishvara, so that we are able to be, we are equipped, empowered by them. Let us start. Om Adha Shri Ganapatyatharva Shirshopaniषत्. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवधातारम् अवधातारम् अवानूचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येते त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वम् अवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वमग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्सुवरोम गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादींस्तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तवमनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादः सन्धानं संहिताः सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमः ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय वरदमूर्तये नमः एतदथर्वशीर्षं यो धीते स ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते स सर्वविघ्नैर्न बाध्यते स सर्वत्र सुखमेधते स पञ्चमहापापात् प्रमुच्यते सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापन्नाशयति प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापन्नाशयति सायं प्रातः प्रयुञ्जानो पापो भवति सर्वत्राधीयानोपविघ्नो भवति धर्मार्थकाममोक्षं च विन्दति इदमथर्वशीर्षवशिष्याय न देयं यो यदि मोहात् दास्यति स पापेयान् भवति सहस्रावर्तनादियं यं काममधीते तं तमनेन साधयेद् अनेन गणपतिमभिषिञ्चति स वाग्मी भवति चतुर्थ्यामनश्नं जपति स विद्यावान् भवति इत्यथर्वणवाक्यं ब्रह्माद्यावरणं विद्यान्न बिभेति कदाचनेति यो दूर्वाङ्कुरैर्यजति स वैश्रवणोपमो भवति यो लाजैर्यजति स यशोवान् भवति स मेधावान् भवति यो मोदकसहस्रेण यजति स वाञ्छितफलमवाप्नोति यः साज्यसमिद्भिर्यजति स सर्वं लभते स सर्वं लभते अष्टौ ब्राह्मणान् सम्यग्राहयित्वा सूर्यवर्चस्वी भवति सूर्यग्रहे महानद्यां प्रतिमासन्नितौ वा जप्त्वा सिद्धमन्त्रो भवति महाविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते महादोषात् प्रमुच्यते महाप्रत्यवायात् प्रमुच्यते स सर्वविद्भवति स सर्वविद्भवति एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ॐ शान्तिः 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 once enough. ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः स्नानानन्तरं वस्त्रयुग्मं समर्पयामि उपवीतं समर्पयामि भस्मरक्षां समर्पयामि दिव्यपर्मणगन्धान् अलङ्कारान् आभरणान् समर्पयामि पुष्पैः पूजयामि ॐ सुमुखाय नमः ॐ एकदन्ताय नमः ॐ कपिलाय नमः ॐ गजकर्णिकाय नमः ॐ लम्बोदराय नमः ॐ विकटाय नमः ॐ विघ्नराजाय नमः ॐ विनायकाय नमः ॐ धूमकेतवे नमः ॐ गणाध्यक्षाय नमः ॐ बालचन्द्राय नमः गजाननाय नमः वक्रतुण्डाय नमः शूर्पकर्णाय नमः हेरम्बाय नमः स्कन्दपूर्वजाय नमः श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः पुष्पैः पूजयामि धूपदीपान् समर्पयामि नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ॐ ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि मङ्गलनीराजनं दर्शयामि ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव बान्धवनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः मङ्गलनीराजनं दर्शयामि सुवर्णमन्त्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि फलानि समर्पयामि पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि आत्मप्रदक्षिणनमस्कारान् समर्पयामि समस्तशक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार राजोपचार देवोपचारान् च समर्पयामि ॐ जपेन तोषयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपालय परिपालय. When we read the Ganesha Purana Adi, the divinity expressing as Ganesha how he has blessed the devotees to get freed from the worldly problems, to get all the worldly prosperities, and how Ganapati has blessed the Adhyatmika sadhakas by removing all external and internal obstacles and then empowering them with the Siddhanta Jnana, empowering them with the Sukshma Sadhana Samarthya, making them do the sadhana and experience that Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. Mahaganadipati Bhagavan is very much there. So these 11, 12 days, all over the Bharat Mata and even other countries, Bhagavan Ganapati's pujas are done. Let us participate in that Ganapati puja mentally at all places. In every household, maybe some crores of people will be doing. Let us be a part of that. Lakhs of pandals are kept for the puja. Let us be part in that all pujas mentally. And let us also do all those Abhisheka Adi and Pushparchana Arati. Then pray to that Ganapati Bhagavan to remove first our own obstacles and root Adhyatmik sadhana. First and foremost is ask for yourself, Adhyatmikata. That let all obstacles, inner and outer, go away, so that the Siddhanta Jnana is spashta, it is remembered always, and according to that only we are practically doing outer and inner sadhanas to reach the goal. Then pray for the entire Jiva Koti to evolve spiritually, and let no Jiva suffer because of any of the ignorances and wrongdoings. Ajnana dushkarma. These are the hetus for dukkha at Vyaktigata and Samashti level. Pray to Ganapati that they are removed from the entire universe. Let no jiva, human or others, suffer because of any reasons. Let all the reasons from the root are eliminated. Now let us do Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha 27 times. Then we will do our Vedic chanting 1 or 2 mantras. Then we will be doing our Upanishad Adhenam. Being festival, leave you quickly so that you can do the pujas at your own place also. Om Ganganamate Namaha 27 times. Then Om Srim Hrim Klim Glom Ganganamate Varavarada Sarvajaname Vashmana Swaha. This mantra 16 bar karenge. Some 6-5 minutes it will take. So we have done the puja of Ganapati in our own heart, in front of him only, seated at his feet. We are doing this japa. Have that bhavana. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. 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 ॐ गङ्गणपतये नमः। 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 ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. A beautiful divine mantra, praying to Ganapati ardently, all surrender, accepting his presence and divinity to bless us, to be with us. Let us first be devotees of the Lord, then only anything in the world. Let us tune to that Lord, befriend that Lord. Let the Lord feel to bless us, help us. In that way, let us tune to the Lord with our Bhakti Sharanagati. As in the world too, any favors we want, don't we love people, don't we establish good rapport with them, so too the Paramatma is there. How much closely you are with him through your Shraddha, Bhakti, Upasana, ityadi. So much you can be blessed by him. Keep that in mind. Start. ॐ ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लौं गङ्गणपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वशमानय स्वाहा। Let us do little of Vedic chanting as we do every day. Good practice. Let us not leave it or miss it. We'll do Rigvedaha, Dashama Mandalam, 111, 112. Om Athaveda Parayanam Rigvedaha Dashama Mandalam Ekadashadika Shwetashwathara. Today, Ganapati message is Ganapati is seated at the Mooladhara. In Mooladhara, only Jiva is identified with the Sthula Sharira, therefore not able to rise above to identify with the self. The Jiva, that individual entity which in the next mantra, our Shwethashwathara Rishiji is going to explain in all details to us. That Jiva, me, the Jiva in me, is in the Sharira at the Mooladhara caught up, not able to rise above, therefore not able to rise above in his higher identities. Highest is the self. Ganapati is seated in the Mooladhara. Tvam Mooladhara sthitosi nityam tvam shakti triyatmakaha tvam yogino dhyayanti nityam. You are in the Mooladhara seated. You are the Trishaktyatmaka, Icha, Jnana, Kriya Shakti. May you bless us to have these Shaktis for the Paramarthika Tattva Anubhuti, not for anything else. And that's how Tvam Yoginaha Nityam Dhyayanti. Tvam Brahma, Tvam Vishnustam, Rudrastam, Indrastam, Agnistam, Vayistam, Suryastam, Chandramaha, Tvam Brahma Bhor Bhuvasvaro. So that Ganapati Upasana is always good in this way. Adhyatmika Rupena, in Vyavahara also, the Ganapati Bhagavan removes the vignas, obstacles, shatrus. Then empowers us with whatever required abilities so that we can perform in the world for our evolution. And, the system of asking the Lord for this and that without doing anything is practically not correct, perfect. What we have to ask is, give us the abilities, inclinations to perform in such a manner that the promised results, O Lord, by you in the Upanishads, etc., are received by us. बिना कुछ किए भगवान सब कुछ दो मुझे, फिर वो मजा नहीं होता खेल में, है ना? मुझे शक्ति दो भगवान, युक्ति दो कि मैं वो करूं जिससे मुझे जो चाहिए वो मुझे मिल सकता. That's a good prayer. Then there's a dynamic world of all beings working hard with well planning, seeking various goals. Outer goal seeking outer worldly people, inner goal seeking inner spiritual. So today's message is powerful Bhagavan Ganapati. We all need his Kripa Kataksha, have the deep faith and be in that mode of prayers at least for next 12-13 days every day for some time. Right, now Vedic chanting. Om Manishina Prabharadvam Manisham Yatha Yatha Matayas Santin Runam Indram Satyairerayama Krutevi Sahi Viro Girvanasurvidana Rutasya hi Sadaso Dhitiradyautsangashte Yo Vrushabho Gobhiranad उदतिष्ठत्त विषेण रवेण महान्ति चित्संविवाच्यव्याच रजांसि इन्द्रः किल श्रुत्या अस्य वेदसहि जिष्णो पतिकृत्सूरायाय आन्मेनां कृण्वन्नच्युतो भुवद्गोः पतिर्दिवः स न जा अप्रतीतः इन्द्रो मह्नामहतो अर्णवस्य व्रतामिनादङ्गिरोभिर्गृणानः पुरोणि चिन्नितता नारजांसि दाधारयो धरुणं सत्यताथ इन्द्रो दिवः प्रतिमानं पृथिव्या विश्वा वेद सवनाहन्ति शुष्णम् महीं चिद्यामातनोत्सूर्येण चास्कम्भ चित्कम्भनेन स्कभीयान् वज्रेण हि वृत्रः वृत्रमस्तरदेवस्य शूशुवानस्य मायाः विधृष्णो अत्र तृषता जगन्ताता भवो भगवन् बाह्वोजाः सचन्तयदुषसः सूर्येण चित्रामस्य केतवो रामविन्दन् आयन्नक्षत्रं ददृशे दिवो न पुनर्यतो न किरद्धानुवेद दूरं किल प्रथमा जग्मुरासामिन्द्रस्याः प्रसवे सश्रुरावः क्वस्विदग्रं क्व बुध्नः आसामापो मद्यं क्व वो नूनमन्तः सुजसिन्दूकं रहिना जग्रसाना आदिदेताः प्रविविज्रे जवेन मुमुक्षमाणा उतया मुमृचेदे देता न रमन्ते नितिक्ताः सध्रीचीः सिन्धुमुशतेरिवायन् सनाज्जार अरितः ऊर्भिदासाम् अस्तमाते पार्थिवावसून्यस्मे जग्मुः सूनृता इन्द्रपूर्वीः One more. 112 इन्द्रपिब प्रतिकामं सुतस्य प्रातः सावस्तवहि पूर्वपीतिः हर्षस्वहन्तवे शूर शत्रूनुक्तेभीष्टे वीर्या प्रब्रवाम यस्ते रथो मनसो जवीयानेन्द्रतेन सोमपेयाय पायाहि तूयमाते हरयः प्रद्रवन्तु येभिर्यासि वृषभिर्मन्दमानः हरित्वतावर्चसा सूर्यस्य श्रेष्ठैरूपैस्तन्वं स्पर्शयस्व अस्माभिरिन्द्रसखिभिर्हुवान सध्रीचीनो मादयस्वा निषद्य यस्यत्यत्ते महिमानं मदेष्विमे महीरोदसीना विविक्तां तदोक आहरिभिरिन्द्रयुक्तैः प्रियेभिर्याहि प्रियमन्नमच्छ यस्य शश्वत्कपिवा इन्द्रशत्रूननानुकृत्या रण्या चकर्थ सते पुरन्दिन्तविषीमियर्ति सते मदाय सुत इन्द्रसोमः इदं ते पात्रं सनवित्तमिन्द्रपिबा सोममेनाशतक्रतो पूर्ण आहावो मदिरस्य मद्वोऽयं विश्व इदभिहर्यन्ति देवाः विहित्वामिन्द्रपुरुधा जनासो हितप्रयसो वृषभ वयन्ते अस्माकं ते मधुमत्तमानेमा पुवंसवनातेषु हर्य रथ इन्द्रपूर्व्याणि प्रणोनं वीर्यावोचं प्रथमा कृताने सतेन मन्युरश्रुतायो अद्रिं सुवेदनामकृणोर्ब्रह्मणेगाम् इषुसीद गणपते गणेषु त्वामाहुर्विप्रतमं कवेनाम न ऋते त्वत्क्रियते किञ्चनारे महामर्कं भगवन् चित्रमर्च अविख्यानो मघवन्नादमानान् सखे बोधिवसुपते सखीनां रणङ्कृतिरणकृत् सत्यसुष्मा भक्ते चिदावजाराये अस्मान् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतन्नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ अथ कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद 4th 5th 6th ओम तमेकनेमिं 4 we started 5th पंचस्रोतोम्बुं पंचयोन्युग्रवक्रां पंचप्राणोर्मिं पंचबुद्ध्यादिमूलां पंचावर्तां पंचदुःखौघवेगां पंचाशद्भेदां पंचपर्वामधीमः सर्वाजीवे सर्वसंस्थे बृहन्ते अस्मिन् हंसो भ्राम्यते ब्रह्मचक्रे पृथगात्मानं प्रेरितारं च मत्वा जुष्टस्ततस्तेनामृतत्वमेति उद्गीतमेतत्परमं तु ब्रह्म तस्मिन् स्त्रयं सुप्रतिष्ठाक्षरं च अत्रान्तरं ब्रह्मविदो विदित्वा लीना ब्रह्मणि तत्पराः योनिमुक्ताः संयुक्तमेतत्क्षरमक्षरं च व्यक्ताव्यक्तं भरते विश्वमीशः अनीशश्चात्मा बध्यते भोक्तृभावात् ज्ञात्वा देवम् उच्यते सर्वपाशैः. Friends, mm, studying this Shwethashwathara Upanishad, the fifth adhyaya. See, sometimes any of the parrots or one of the birds, sometimes even animals, even ants, वगैरह, other insects, whatever, you offer a food to it with all your love, kindness. But somehow that particular animal or jiva, instead of taking the food given by you with all your love and all wonderful gesture, very good one, it just looks around only, here and there only. Looks at it but with a doubt. Sometimes doesn't look. And tries to pursue something, with such a vague and confused its own state. है ना? ऐसे कोई ऐसे खाने की चीज रखा उस चीज के कुछ वो जंतु के लिए. Instead of taking it directly, it just looks here and there and you are worried, confused. मैं तो इसको खाना खिला रहा हूँ, ये खाने के बजाय it is looking at me with a doubt and it is not taking. Then how much we try to push that food towards that animal. And with all the feeling, we say कि ये तो पागल है. Instead of freely available food taking, where is it putting its attention? Don't we see it? If at all we have done such charitable act any time. In the same way, we are no less than animals. That with our own ignorance, with our own wrong choice, misguided by so many similar type of jivas, like those animals, we are only seeking the very gross things, never fulfilling things through our upadhis in the world. And our gurus, our rishis and shastras, like you to those animals, are putting in front of us such a very sumptuous meals. The meals of Tattva Jnana, the meals of Atma Jnana, the meals of Brahma Jnana, the meals of identifying with the infinite and getting the permanent moksha. But you and I again, like those animals, are looking at everywhere else, but not to what the great gurus are guiding us. The study of the Shastras regularly as an ability that way to make us this mistake which we are doing, make us realize the mistake which we are doing and rectify it. And mind you, the diamond with all its value and preciousness, still amidst the other stones and other mud only. The gold too with all its preciousness and value is amongst all other valueless metal only. So too, the moksha giving Tattvajnana, Atmajnana is very much in this very world within all other dramas that are going on. Means in the very town city where the cinemas are there, the hotels are there, the places of entertainment, enjoyment are there. In that very city is there an ashram where the guru is teaching the moksha giving Tattvajnana, Brahmajnana. Just like we just remove that unwanted thing and collect the gold, or just pluck out the diamond from those stones, the other unwanted ones. Isn't it? In the same way, we in our life, though are amidst the same world like everyone, have to seek by our choice that eternal. Isn't it? It's very much here only available to us. Others are not pursuing. We also copy, follow them. We don't pursue. Instead of that, let us, through the study of Upanishads, come to know the glory of that truth, the reality, the self, and start seeking that and that alone till it is reached. Remember always this example that you are giving it the best, but that immature animal is not taking it. So, as a human being, the gurus are giving us the best, the moksha are giving Atma Jnanam. Instead of that, see how the whole day of ours is wasted in so many things. Let us accept this word wasted, because if you are not walking toward the truth, any other walk is nothing but waste of our time and energy. Chalo, let Ganapati's Krupa, Guru's Krupa, Shrutimata Krupa make us realize and make us insistently, continuously, single pointedly pursue only the truth. Right? Now, the mantras we have to study are the fifth one we have seen yesterday, Adbhutaha, sixth one today we'll see. Up till the sixth mantra, the Tatpada explanation in that Tattvamasi Mahavakya is done. From the next mantra, the Tvam, the Jiva will be explained to us by the Shwethashwathara Rishi. And these subtle Vedantic Jnanams are such that we have to engross in the listening, study, contemplation on them so much that that knowledge enters into our bosom, and we slowly start visualizing everything from that true real knowledge standpoint. Then we'll find there is nothing in this world as a problem to be solved. There is nothing in this world as a goal to be achieved. Already we are that which is ultimate. Then just what? Sit and relax. Like in the flight, they say, now the flight is taking off, you just sit and relax and have munching, as they say. That will be revealed to us when we are consistent. So in the Panchamo mantra, if we chant together, Yacha Swabhavam Pachati Vishwayoni पाच्यांश्च सर्वान् परिणामयेद् यः सर्वमेतत् विश्वमधितिष्ठत्येकः गुणांश्च सर्वान् विनियोजयेद् यः. What a powerful, important mantra. In this mantra, the transcendental Paramatma, Parabrahma Tattva, with his Maya Shakti now as Ishvara, alone is making everything happen. And while he is making everything happen, he himself may express as and the Indradi Devatas, the Brahmadi Devatas, the Prajapatis, etc. Okay. Then, while explaining these phenomena, the Shrutis may as if say that these many Devatas are there. That is the way of saying. You and I, as the students of Shuddha Vedanta, must know that all those Devata Rupas are also the same Parabrahma. Okay? Then further coming down, even in the world, every Jiva, whatever he is doing, it is the Ishvara Leela and Kripa only. A particular way we are expected to do. Whenever we do, we are rewarded. That's called happiness. That's called promotions. But because of the given intellect, given a freedom, and given that individuality, somehow we don't understand exactly what the way we have to live as told by the Ishvara. With that given freedom, we try to live the way which we like. That becomes the cause of dukkha. Hope you are able to understand. Otherwise, all of us are expression of the divine to express the beauty of this world. Okay, and beyond behind us are all these devatas. Beyond behind devatas is Brahmadev, Vishnu Maheshwar. Beyond behind is the Ishvara. Beyond behind is Brahman, the Parabrahma Tattva. Like I only with the hand, the doer, with the legs, the goer or mover, and the walker. With the ears, I am the listener. See, with the intellect, I am thinker. Means I am a like a Brahaspati. With the ego, I am a responsible doer. That means I am the Rudra at that time. And with the chitta, I remember everything. So I only am Vasudeva that time. With the mana, I feel the tenderness, the kindness, compassion to others. That time, I only am Chandrama. You understood? With Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, I am functioning. That time, all the Adhisthana Devatas are me. So, what we have to see is one transcendental truth only through its Maya Shakti, right from Ishvara Sthiti up to the Jiva Sthiti, making everything happen. Okay? When you see the happenings, little deeper you think, all of them are happenings without happening. Because if something has to happen right from creation up to the dissolution, if it has to happen from the source, from wherever it is happening, that source should disappear. बिकॉज कुछ हो रहा है तो जो पहले का था वो रहना नहीं चाहिए बट द ब्रह्मन फ्रॉम होम ऑल दीज आर हैपनिंग रिमेनिंग इंटैक्ट है ना when he is remaining intact then how can you call all these happenings are true? You can't. Like if the mud is remaining intact in the pot, mud has not got destroyed, same mud is there very much in the pot, then you cannot talk about the pot that it is created. Then still you are seeing it, you are using it. It has some vyavaharika value. Therefore, we call it as the mithya. What is the mithya of the pot in the mud is the rupa nama. Anna? What is there is mud only, whether it is in the mud or in the pot. What is differentiating as if there are two things? No two things there are, only one mud only. But given a nama rupa is the pot. Therefore, the nama rupa, which is not independent of its own, which is as if making us feel, believe, as if the mud has become the pot, but not at all really become. That aspect is mithya. And to this mithya, giving satyata, then slowly getting deluded that it is required, it is essential, without it I cannot live. No, these are all the misusing of the freedom of the mind and intellect's thoughts. बस उसको मिसयूज करना दैट इज कॉल्ड संसार सी परमात्मा मिथ्या जगत व्यवहार but not stopping at that level becoming samsari by creating the subsequent thoughts. If this clicks to us, so this is how we miss to identify with the reality, and by identifying with the upadhi we suffer. It's a great breakthrough. Okay. So in this shloka number, so far in so many shlokas from the first onwards, we are that's how shown the intact reality, the substratum, which is ever as it is. It never changed. And in its presence, all of them are happening. Is he doing directly? No, no need. Because if you say he is doing, then he becomes karta. When he is a karta, he becomes bhokta. When he is karta bhokta, he is a limited entity. Then he cannot be a paramatma. Then he himself is jivatma. Then he himself is baddha. Then how can he give us moksha? Isn't it? Isn't it? He is not doing, but in his presence, things are happening. See, the intellect will not immediately accept these things because in the Vyavahara, in our presence, things won't happen. Only when we do, they happen. That's why we think the Lord is doing creation, Lord is doing the maintenance, Lord is doing the dissolution. That's what we think. है बात समझ में? So in this way, this mantra में तटस्थ रूपेण we are told to recognize the silent presence of the divine in any of the phenomena that is happening. In short, anything that is happening in this world, don't give credit to anything of the world nor to any of the individualities. Give credit to the ultimate only. Thus, in our mind, the value given, the reality given, the importance given to anything of the world, any being of the world, including myself. gets reduced. The value of reality given, reduction in that, is called as spirituality. That's what in Bhakti Shastra, everything is done by that Ishvara. That's what is said. But I am doing through you, he only is doing, isn't it? Through every being, he alone is doing. With this, importance of the divine in our life should grow. Importance in our life of ourselves and everything else should get reduced. Thereafter, at the higher level, when the nature of that Brahman beyond Maya is inquired, he is found to be Akhanda Sachidananda. When he is unbroken Sat Chit and Ananda, in him there are no modifications, Kriya. Then how can he become the Srishtikarta? How can he become the Sthitikarta and Layakarta? We say he never became. Then all of that is what? Happening without happening by his presence. See that? These are the few crux of Vedanta. They have to click to us. And till that happens, the only way is through the Shastra Shravana Adhyayana. Go on contemplate. And in reality, there is nothing happening. In the unreal world, everything is happening without any happening. Because the substratum is remaining as it is. Like what is happening when the wave comes, stays, and goes? Question. Again, to that question, the answer is another question. To whom you are asking? What is happening? This question. To whom you are asking? To the wave or to the water? Again, a question. If you ask the question answer as to the water, nothing happens to water. Nothing happens means neither it is born, nor it is growing, nor it is modifying, nor it is dying. That is the meaning of nothing happens to the water, isn't it? Then to the question to whom you are asking, if the answer is to the wave, two things. To the wave only, the birth, the growth, the decay, the death are happening. First answer. Second is, to the wave also nothing is happening because it is not a real thing by its own. जो बिना जल नामक अधिष्ठान का अपने आप जो रह ही नहीं सकता, how can you talk about its birth, growth, death? Isn't it? Think about it. Can you talk about the birth, growth, hissing and growing and death of a snake superimposed on the rope? If at all do it, it's only imagination. You understood now? At the gross level, everything is happening to the wave. Is happening to the little subtler inquiry may even to the wave also cannot happen anything. Why? Because first of all, it should be there for it to happen. It is not there independently. And can there be a wave independent of water? This any of the examples ke dwara, if we are able to catch that subtle truth, work is done. Oh, that's what is the ultimate sublime truth. The Vedanta is telling us that the reality remaining intact on him, the projected Rupanama called as Jagat has the projected and accepted Srishti, Sthiti, growth, Laya. Okay, सब जब होने का time, the reality the water is never born when the wave is born, never growing when the wave is growing, never dying when the wave is dying. Water must. I am that water. I am that Brahman. I am that substrate in which there is nothing happening when everything from creation up to destruction seems to happen. To whom? To the Kalpita Rupanam. अब देखो माया का शक्ति जो है ही नहीं रूप नाम उसको कल्पना करके और हमें मेस्मराइज करके हमें उसमें माइंड करा के टुवर्ड्स दैट इन आवर हार्ट हैविंग क्रिएटेड द राग एंड द्वेष we are doing all nothing, all nonsense only. Isn't it? Like, those mothers, ladies, women. They wear all the bangles, necklace, showing to each other, and she will appreciate her. The other lady will appreciate her. Inside, both of them feel jealous that the other one has got the better than the other. And if you observe little distantly, is it not laughable that there are no ornaments, etc. at all? They are wearing gold only, whether it in the neck or in the hand or anywhere. Isn't Batav? But do they talk in terms of the Rupanama and their reality? But actually, though, they are wearing gold only. Gold's value is intact. And gold's value is intact, but the quantity of the gold to each of them may vary. That's okay. You मेहनत करो. जो भी जिंदगी में दुनिया में मेहनत करता है उसको सब मिलता है ना. That's again thing. What is there in this world to compare with others? That he has got 10 crores, I have only one. अरे he did work, he got, you do, it will come. उसमें कोई स्पेशल है क्या? So that person is a प्रधानमंत्री or मुख्यमंत्री or MP. Why are you worried? You work, you also will become one day. What is special in it? अरे कोई मेहनत करता है as per process. Somebody can become Indra also, somebody can become Brahmadeva also. Why are you jealous of other fellow reaching that state? He worked and reached. You work, you will also reach. So therefore, this lady, that lady, looking at the quantity of the gold and feeling jealous also is wrong. Because you work hard, you get money, you get the gold. Then by looking at the ornaments and then appreciating or feeling jealous also is a laughable thing because there is no ornament at all. In that way, our vision changes. First for us. Then we look at the world also with the changed vision. That's the meaning of Drishtim Jnanamayam Kritva Pashet Brahmamayam Jagat. So ये ब्रह्मज्ञानी का दृष्टि कैसा होगा फिर? He is seeing the intact reality behind every phenomena. And then at the Upadhisthai, he is seeing the play of the Upadhis. And that play of the Upadhyas, being it being only a play, has nothing great about if something seeming good happens, nothing to worry about when something bad happens. Because it's a play. Therefore, he is not in any dvandva, in any dvaita. Therefore, he is not in samsara. That's how we are slowly getting information regarding this intact Brahman. Then information regarding the world to be the projection. The play is going on. But mind you, every time when this topic comes, necessarily we talk one thing that when we are at the Upadhisthai, in the Vyavaharika level, for its smooth, simple, perfect writing, whatever the rules, regulations that are there have to be followed. है कि नहीं? जैसे आप घर में हो तो कैजुअल वेयर में रहो, बट पार्टी में जाओगे तो पार्टी ड्रेस यू विल वेयर आर नॉट. So too, when you are at home, you can walk in the way you want because it is your house. But when you walk on the road, rules apply. Na? You have to walk left side only. You have to overtake from the right side. You have to follow the traffic rules. Everywhere. If you are only a walker, then you have to follow the zebra crossing rules. If you are going by cycle, you have to go by service road only. If you are going by scooter, you have to follow your own lane. The moment you enter into phenomenal world, phenomenal rules have to be followed. That is how the phenomenal world will be an entertainment. Else it becomes a cause of dukkha. ये थोड़ा याद रख लेना मन में. So one is the Vedantic ultimate truth. Second, from its standpoint, everything is happening without happening. Third, when we are at this level, follow all the rules, regulations, so that you or the others are not disturbed. But none of these outer are the ultimate goal. The goal is to establish in that experience. ठीक है. अब इस श्लोक में देखो, यच्च स्वभावम बचते, he is the one who is providing this swabhava to every of the phenomenal things we see. Example is the heat to the fire. This in Gita's language told in reverse karke in the 7th chapter, 8th chapter, 9th chapter, 10th chapter. See, Punyo Gandha Prithivyam ja Tejaschasmi Vibhavasau. I am the Tejas in the fire. I am Punya Gandha in the earth. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am life in all living beings. Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. I am the Tapasya in Tapasvin. There are few samples. So the dharma in every dharmi is me. So that is the meaning of Yacha Swabhavam Pachati. He is the one who is providing that dharma to that dharmi. So the fire is dharmi. Burning power of that fire is its dharma. Therefore, that dharmi, the fire, has its own independent existence or meaning and its contribution. Like that, expand. Yacha Swabhavam Pachati means he is the one because of whose presence everything has its swabhava. Every dharmi has its dharma, swabhava. What is swabhava? That the innate intent quality without which you can't call it as that. Usko uska dharma. Like the cold fire. You cannot imagine. A bitter sugar, you can't imagine. A sweet karela. Karela means it has to be kadva. Chini means it has to be sweet only. Fire means it has to be hot, can't be cold. This is called its swabhava. Swasya bhava. I know. A little more deeply, you see, fire and its heat. There are two words we speak, but actually there are no two things. You can't separate them. You cannot have a separate heat without fire. You cannot call it as a fire if it's not having heat. So, what is the thought here? As we saw the other day, the effect of that fire, the effect of the burning power, then the burning power itself, then the fire to whom the burning power belongs to, and the fire and its burning powers, सबका substrat. है ना? That without which the fire cannot be. Therefore, that without which the dharma of the fire called burning power cannot be. And that without which the burning power of fire cannot produce its effect of burning. That is Paramatma Tattva. And in that Paramatma Tattva, neither the effect of the burning power is there, burning, nor the burning power is there, nor the fire is there. In him ultimate. Think, start thinking. Slowly, through all this listening, we have to develop the understanding, acceptance of the presence of the reality beyond the entire world, in whom the entire world is not there. And if the world is there as real, then we are bound by it. We have to reach to that reality which is bondageless. Then only all bondages, bandhanas go away. क्यों परमात्मा को जाने? क्योंकि परमात्मा स्थाई में ही कोई लिमिटेशन बंधन नहीं होते. नहीं जानूंगा मैं, देन किस स्थाई में, व्हाट लेवल यू लिव? आई विल लिव एट द जीवा उपाधि लेवल. देन देयर आर लिमिटेशंस आर देयर दैट बाइंड्स यू, दैट गिव्स यू मिजरी. अब बट चलेगा मेरे लिए, अब जब चल रहा है सब लोग वही तो कर रहे हैं, किसने रोका आपको? नहीं, बट आई वांट मोक्ष. देन इट इज नेवर पॉसिबल एनीवेयर अदर देन इन द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ रियलिटी. सी दैट? Okay, see, Yacha Swabhavam Pachati. In this way, Vishwayoni is a womb of the Vishwa, Sarva, everything in the world. Right? In your own language, you can imagine. Lord is creating fire, Lord is giving the burning power to the fire, and Lord is giving the power in the burning power to burn. When you put a kagas in that fire, it gets burnt. How is it happening? We have to understand that the presence of the reality which is allowing at that point that fire to express with its power of burning and doing that action of burning that. इस तरह हर जगह पे learn to see the presence of reality. यच्च स्वभावं पचति then यश्च विश्वयोनिः. Second. Third, पाच्यान् सर्वान् परिणामयेत्. And all those things which are modifiable for our convenience, so that by modifying them, we are making so many things required for our vyavahara. All those modifications in it also are because of him. As we said, like the gold's ability to get molded into ornaments so that you can enjoy, the mud's ability to get molded into the form of pot so that you can have some vyavaharika upayoga with that. That modifiability in them also is in his presence, but he is not modifying. यही है मजेदार बात. जब तक ये हजम नहीं होता ना, इतना परेशान होती है वेदांत क्लास में. But the ones who give up, they get lost in again the world and samsara. Without giving up, those who are continuously exposing their intellects to this listening, and slowly this thing starts getting opened up. Jaise, the bud gets blossomed, like the sun slowly starts gets rising. In that way, the buddhi gets opened up to grasp. First of all, grasp karna. Then you seek that reality in your own heart. Then you realize it. Then you know, I am that water in whom there are no modifications of birth or death. Yet on me with my own power, I only am appearing as wave, and that waveness is disappearing. I am not disappearing. And I only am appearing of the entire universe of names and forms. Without myself becoming so, appearing only. And in them, in retail as well as wholesale, the entire names and forms are again getting submerged. Yet nothing is happening. That is a state of the self the Upanishads tell us to reach to. First of all, we have to recognize the presence of that state. All the struggle of Upanishadic rishis is to make us recognize accept. क्योंकि हमको Vidopad is what we see. This alone is the life. That familiarity, that type of vyavahara is there for us. So we have to be told about the presence of that. And you and I, because of our good listening from last 3, 4, 5 years, now an idea is there. The phenomenal world, the substratum behind. The relationless relationship between both of them is what? The relationless relationship. The relationlessness is what? To have relation, there should be two things. There are no two things, only one only. Therefore, there is no relationlessness. But still, there is a relation. What is that? Karana Karya. The Brahman is Karana, Upadana, Nimitta, Sab. The entire Jagat is Karya. So, from the caught up Jagat of only Karya, through Karana Karya Mimamsa, we have to accept the presence of the Karana, the Paramatma. Then, having inquired the nature of Paramatma, when we realize him to be Sachidananda, Akhanda, then Janmadvikara Rahita, he cannot be a Karana. Because he cannot be Karana, there cannot be any Karya. Then how come everything is still appearing? That is called his power called as Maya. Then what is this Maya? That which makes all these funny things happen without happening. And without changing the wood in its nature. Something is modeling the wood to appear as chair. That power is called Maya. Inside, in the form of thinking and understanding. Outside, that carpenter, in whatever the way he works. All of that is Maya, which is making us believe the presence of chair, whereas there is no chair at all, there is only wood. है कि नहीं देखा? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? परमात्मा क्या है? उनके माया शक्ति से ये जगत बनता हुआ भी नहीं बना. The power in the gold as well as the goldsmith, because of which the gold, without in its nature going through any modification, appearing in its rupanama, that's called power of Maya. Slowly we'll understand. So, two things we have seen. Yacha Swabhavam Pachati, then Pachyan Sarvan Parinamayet. Swabhavam Pachati means provides the particular nature to everything. Example, warning power to fire. Then Pachyan Sarvan Parinamayet, all those which are seen by us, which are modifiable for our utility. The modifiability, parinama in it also is because of his presence. As I told you, the mud into pots, the gold into ornaments. That व्यवहार के लिए जो आप मड को पॉट के रूप में लकड़ी को कुर्सी के रूप में बनाते हो ना, that also in his presence it is happening. Third, in this way, at the individual level as being a dharma, and at the total level as a modifiability, being this sarvam etat vishwam adhitishtati ekaha. In this way, the Paramatma is the Adhisthana because of whom the entire Vishwas play is going on. The Adhitishtati means Niyamayati. Still the belief will not come because few more times we have to listen to this. Ekaha Adhitishtati. Then Gunanscha Sarvan Viniyojit, and base he starts doing all this by doing Viniyoga of his own Shakti called as Maya, in which there are these three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Paramatma is Maya Shakti, it's three gunas, and those three gunas, permutational, combinational expression is the entire cosmos or universe. On Paramatma, without changing Paramatma, isn't it? That's why the example of Rajju Sarpa. My mind, without changing the Rajju rope, projects the snake with all its fangs or tail or poison, etc. Even its hissing and moving, biting. None of them are there in the rope, yet they can be projected. While projecting, nothing can happen to the rope. None of them are there on the TV screen, yet everything is projected. And nothing projected touches that TV screen. The fire in the movie doesn't burn the TV screen. The rain in the movie doesn't wet the screen. The Khun Kharaba which happens in the movie doesn't make the screen bloody. But without the substratum, the projection cannot happen. It's only a projection. And in that projection, as in the movie, everything is possible. What is everything is possible in the movie? From the starting time of the creations of the movies till now, in the whole Bhugola, in every of the country, in every of the language, how many millions and millions and millions of movies, serials are projected? That is the possibility of the quantity of projection. और ये खत्म नहीं हुआ, आगे भी होता ही रहेगा the variety of projection, and in into that anywhere in the whole universe, the substratum, the TV screen or the theater screen, that is not disturbed. अब कितने प्रोजेक्शंस होंगे स्वामी जी दुनिया के, अब कितने सिनेमाएं आएंगे, कितने गाने आएंगे, कितने तबला पेटी आएगा, सब प्रोजेक्शन ही है ना, जितने आएगा उतना है. Okay, beautiful thoughts. The last two ones we will see. Then see the last loka of this Tatpada. Then we start the Tvapada Shodha. Please remember, throughout our classes every day, we are reminded about the presence of reality. We are reminded about His nature. We are reminded about His glory. We are reminded to make that as our goal. We are told to understand the means. We are told to follow those means. This is what we are every day doing till that happens. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Parabrahmane Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsad Brahma Arpanamastu. Study Gita, very short, 10 minutes.